What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another ticker fee video and welcome to the ticker fee family. So the ticker symbol we're going to be talking about today is CHPT, or Chargepoint, which is one of my favorite companies to talk about. I own the most shares out of any of my stocks. This is my number one. So what we're going to be talking about today is Chargepoint reports fourth quarter and fiscal 2021 financial results. And then as well, the Chargepoint VOLVO cars extend collaboration with launch of in-car app for recharge models. And then follow up with a chart analysis and a price prediction. Guys, I really do appreciate everyone who's been tuning in, listening to this video. And for those that support my channel, I really do appreciate it. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for those that are tuning in for the first time or just now hearing about the company Chargepoint, they first started off as SBE and then they merged with Chargepoint, right? So that's how they are who they are now, okay? Now, here's a quick little background of them. So Chargepoint is creating the new fueling network to move all people and goods on electricity. So they are an electric vehicle charging station company. Now, they started in 2007 and then they committed to making it easier for businesses and drivers to go electric with one of the largest electrical vehicle charging networks and most complete portfolio of charging solutions available today. Which is true, because if you actually go on your phone and check out the GPS and click Chargepoint, you're going to be surprised. They're all over the place, no joke. Now, they have a cloud subscription platform and software-defined charging hardware. Now, the hardware itself is designed to include options for charging scenarios from home and multifamily to workplace, parking, hospitality, retail, transport, fleets, and of all types. So today, one Chargepoint account provides access to hundreds of thousands of places to charge in North America and Europe. I'm not joking. You should definitely check it out on the maps. To date, more than 88 million charging sessions have been delivered, with drivers plugging into the Chargepoint network approximately every 2 seconds. Incredible. Great company, very big, and I'm very bullish on it. So with that being said, let's go check out the latest news. First things first. Okay, so Chargepoint reports the fourth quarter and fiscal 2021 financial results. So I'm pumped. I got the highlights and I kind of highlighted what I thought was the most important things on here, but here's all the information. So revenue for the fourth quarter that ended January 31st, 2021, revenue was $42.4 million compared to $43.2. Okay, great. That's not too bad. That's not that big of a difference. Good to know. That, to me, seems pretty stable, especially with what happened last year, right? I mean, that makes sense. So 42.4 compared to 43.2. To me, it makes sense. Now, for the fiscal year that ended January 31st, 2021, the revenue was $146.5 million, up 144.5 in the prior year period. So with the gross margins, with the GAAP, the gross margin was 21% up from 20.4, okay, which is from the prior year fourth quarter. Now, fourth quarter non-GAAP gross margin was 21.6% compared to 20.5, right? So let's keep the numbers going, right? For those especially that like statistics and whatnot. So you got your fiscal year of 2021, that's going to be 22.5%, a 10 percentage point improvement over gross margins of 12.5% in the prior year period, right? So we want to keep knowing this information. Now with the non-GAAP for the fiscal 2021, you've got 22.6 compared to 12.5 in the prior year period. Now with the net loss, fourth quarter, you've got $90.7 million compared to $33.8 million in the fourth quarter of the prior year. Again, they've been doing quite a few things, but as you can see, it's saying that they had a redeemable convertible preferred stock warrant liability. So the fourth quarter non-GAAP net loss was 33.6 compared to 32.5 in the prior fourth quarter. Now, again, there's a lot of numbers. Just hear me out. So fiscal year 2021, you've got a net loss of $197 million compared to $134 million in the prior year, primarily reflecting the fiscal fourth quarter warrant charge. So with liquidity, which that's what I want to know. I always want to know what you got hands-on cash. The balance sheet says $145 million. At the close of the business combination on February 26, 2021, the cash balance sheet was $615 million. So shares outstanding at the close of the business combination, February 26, 2021, there's 277.8 million shares of common stock outstanding. So this is the last thing, guys. Just bear with me. You're doing good. You're doing good. Chargepoint provides guidance based on current market conditions and expectations. So for the first quarter ending April 30th, 2021, which typically experiences seasonally lower network station sales, which if you've been checking them out and been following them or own shares for a while, you'll see that it has been dipping. It went from, I want to say, when they finally merged, from $37 to $30, and now they're floating between $20, $21, and $22. Now the company expects a revenue for fiscal 2022 of $195 to $205. Consistent with its previously published estimates and representing 37% year-over-year growth at that midpoint. Now, we'll check out the chart analysis at the end, but I just wanted to bring up, again, we've had a slow start, but I think here towards the end of the year, I kind of agree with what they're having to say with when it comes to expected revenue, especially for 2022. So with that being said, let's actually check out that app. So I know it's March 9th and today is March the 29th, but things have been pretty crazy, and I'm super excited just to be talking about this. So Chargepoint VOLVO cars have extended their partnership, launching an in-car Chargepoint charging app for recharge models. Okay, so again, I highlighted on some of the things that I thought were important, but let's check it out. So the embedding Chargepoint app with EVs in car systems, okay? So drivers are able to easily locate and start a charge without swiping or tapping to pay and unlock a charging station. To pay and unlock a charging station. So first of all, I think that's awesome, right? I mean, it's quick, it's easy, it's convenient, it's efficient. That's what I like. Now, in addition, drivers can use Google Android Automotive OS. So for those that have Android, that's a perk for you. Now, to search for and navigate to a place to charge, as well as start and pay for a charging session at thousands of locations across the country from comfort of their vehicle. Now, you always hear a bunch of companies always say thousands or hundreds and hundreds, whatever the case is. This company is actually telling the truth. Again, if you check out the map, they are all over the place. I highly recommend it. Now, with one Chargepoint account, drivers can use their app to access Chargepoint networks throughout North America and thousands of additional public places to charge through roaming agreements with other major networks. Now, the launch of a fully integrated Chargepoint app in VOLVO is an example of an increasing interconnectedness that driving electric brings to the consumers, according to the Senior Vice President of Chargepoint. Now, giving that people freedom to move is what they do at VOLVO Cars, according to the Vice President and General Manager of VOLVO. They say they are proud to be able to work with Chargepoint and whatnot, which obviously that's great. I feel like this is a good connection and opportunity for both of them. But here's the other thing I wanted to point out with the app. Recharge drivers can also select to buy the Chargepoint Home Flex, and one of the market's fastest, most advanced, and flexible home chargers available today, which is true. Now, with the ability to deliver up to 50 amps, Home Flex allow drivers to charge any EV up to 9 times faster than a standard wall outlet. 9 times faster. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Now, delivering up to 37 miles of electric driving range per hour. So I feel like that's really good information, guys. I hope this added some value to you for those that haven't heard this for the first time. If this is a brush up and you're just here for the price prediction and chart analysis, we're going to go ahead and get started with that. So again, I think this might be redundant for those that support me on the regular, but again, I wanted to explain this because no one ever taught me. I had to teach myself, I had to learn, I had to dive really deep into understanding this stuff. So understanding the basics is going to help you in the long term. So I hope it sticks in your memory. Now, with the candlestick chart, again, it is simply a method of displaying price information in a market, right? Just like the line chart. But each series on a candlestick chart contains 4 data points. All right, so that's going to be your opening, the high, the low, and the closing prices, right? So keep those in mind. But the other thing, when it comes to the anatomy, you've got the candlestick with 3 basic features. So that's going to be the body. That's that square part, which indicates the open to close range. Now you got the wicks, which you see those lines right above it and below it. So that's tails, right? So keep that in mind. They call it either the tails or the shadows. The other thing is what I feel like most people know about is the color, right? So that's going to be the direction of the price movement. So that's going to be either green for a price increase or red, which is going to be your price decrease, right? So keep that in mind. Now, again, the other thing I wanted to mention is the volume. So when you're looking at the volume, that's buys and trades, not vice versa. It's the same thing. Now, you'll look at this trend line, it stays the same. Most of the time it's $10 for any SPAC company because SBE merged with Chargepoint, and that's how they are CHPT. Now look, you see the trend line, things started moving when they heard about it. It finally happened. Finally, and now let's expand this. So looking at them, they had to open a 49.08. That's their high. I've watched them do it. I've been owning their stocks at various prices, but I've been averaging down a lot due to what's going on in the market, which has been pretty crazy. Now, as you can see, they've kind of leveled out, I believe, and so I believe this is what their new support line is. Before, I would say the support versus the resistance, I would say that it was more in the 35 to 40 range, really about 37, but now you're looking at around 20. So with that being said, I'm hoping now that the correction is almost done, I'm hoping with what's going on in the market, this is its new low, and that will start to just gradually increase. So keep that in mind. And then once that takes place, I think that's when they're going to double. I think they'll go from 20 to 40 in about 2 months. And then after that, it's only going to get higher because I believe they're going to have some catalysts in the future that's going to make that price grow, especially with electrical vehicles. So the more people buy those cars, the more charging stations they're going to be. They go hand in fist. So guys, I hope this added some value. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. I really do appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video. And with that being said, welcome to the Ticker Feed family.